Starting the framing, this is going to be a really easy app out. The first thing we outweigh on is time frame. Until the LGBTQ roadblocks are happening right now, that Black lives are specifically being harmed by the pandemic and the recession. This is, yes, they are being harmed by this recession, but they will be like similarly harmed by every single recession in the future. That's really crucial. We tell you that because Black people are 3 times more likely to be unemployed, and transgender individuals are 2 times more, or like LGBTQ individuals are 2 times more likely to be unemployed. To that point, their responses are literally unresponsive because they never actually attack the link that healthcare is attached to employment right now. The only response they try to make on time frame is that the buy-in happens in 4 years, or like it happens before the 4-year phase in. We tell you that it doesn't matter if a buy-in happens, we're still increasing access overall. That's really crucial because any increase in access is a reason to affirm, because they don't answer the second part of the framing literally in any single speech. We tell you that probability is better than magnitude, or Jones evidence tells you that any sort of magnitude weighing benefiting the whole group justifies the exclusion of marginalized groups. That is what will win the affirmative the round, because they never actually interact with that framing that we tell you have to prioritize first. All of their impacts about poverty are literally benefiting the United States as a whole. They don't ever specifically interact with it. Let's go on to why you're winning the F case. We tell you that right now healthcare is not tied to employment. They try to extend this value-based care term. It's really unwarranted. We tell you that aggressive care doesn't make any sense. And we tell you that actually doctors are seeing more patients. They don't need to do unnecessary treatment or have time to do unnecessary treatment. We'd say we're winning overall. They also drop the firing sprees argument that unemployment increases in any recession that ever happens, not just this one. So even if we don't win the phase-in argument, we start solving for every single recession in the future. We tell you that that's super high probability. That's really crucial because that means we're winning on both of our impacts about African Americans and trans people. They're not winning their link for a couple reasons. First, we tell you that interest rates are low now, and we also are still already increasing proposals to fund the stimulus right now. Even if they solve for the recession, we are solving for the people that are most affected by the recession in every recession in the future by solving for the healthcare disparities that happen when people are unemployed, because they will never be able to solve. At best, they solve for one recession. We solve for every single person affected by a recession in the future. That's really crucial because on their time for when you have a recession happening now, first of all, we tell you the neg isn't necessary to solve. It's already being solved in the status quo. But second of all, never prefer their impacts that prioritize the population as a whole. It allows exclusion. We tell you that the only case that actually falls into the framing that they drop is the affirmative. That's why you're voting F.